and welcome to today's video. Today, okay guys, if you come for me for my hair, I swear to God, okay, I know. I should have washed it last night. I have literally half a can of dry shampoo in my hair currently. I've tried to scrape it back into a ponytail to look less greasy than it is. If you see any white stuff, it is most definitely dry shampoo, because I'm trying a different dry shampoo that I completely hate right now. It gives me white cast. So I tried to put a bit of water on it, and now I just have like cake mixture in my hair, or what it feels like. It's just, it's all going to pot today, okay? So if my hair looks disgusting, we don't comment on it, okay? In unison, we don't comment on Megan's disgusting hair. I am back for another, I'm sorry, but there is another Kaleidos palette review demonstration, as you were. They recently released the Escape Pods collection. I have not bought that collection yet. I don't think I will. Maybe until later in the year, see how I feel about it. It's a beautiful collection. I feel like I'm very washed out in this video. I have been reviewing these palettes. So these are the Futurism palettes. I've reviewed 1, 3, 4 and 5, all here in my hand. I'll link them up in the eye so you can go check them out if you wish. And I do all different looks with these palettes. Some things that are wearable, some things that are a little bit avant-garde, would you say? I don't know, a little bit playful. The last one we have left is the Kaleidos Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze. I've got a black t-shirt on that should have gone in the wash the other day, but we press on. And I thought this would kind of match, like the red, the black. I was thinking we could do something slightly more wearable than the last video that I did. Again, it'll be linked up in the eye. The box is amazing. The box is amazing, if it's going to focus there. All of the boxes for Kaleidos's palettes I think are amazing. I think they're really, really beautiful. Really brilliant artwork. And it definitely corresponds onto the packaging itself as well. These have broken. Okay, I just dropped it, so that was good. What I was going to say was I feel like the packaging is amazing too. You've got those like sort of glimmers of golden swirls in this package. It's really, really beautiful packaging. And I feel like they've really hit the nail on the head with the whole Futurism line. Inside, so this is Cyber Bronze. It looks like this. There we go, some really beautiful sort of red, brown, warm toned eyeshadow palettes. It obviously comes with the slip that I don't like, but again, I've said that 5 times now. This is a really beautiful wearable palette. I think this is probably the most wearable out of all of them. If you enjoy warm tones, I feel like this is going to be the easiest to style. It's a 50-50 split between shimmers or metallics and mattes. I feel like this is the easiest one that I can see, or the most wearable, the most approachable. Yeah, so I'm excited to play around with this. Let's stop dilly-dallying and get straight into the swatches. I realised I have a long-sleeved shirt on. I'm not going to be able to swatch things. I did not think that through, did I? I feel like today I want to start off with the mattes, then move to the shimmers. So we're going to start off with this shade here. It's called Carbon. It's this lovely, I'd say kind of, it's like a chocolatey brown, but it's kind of got a little bit of neutralness to it. It's not so warm as the other browns. So let's just give this a good old swatch. It feels lovely and creamy in the pan. Ooh, okay, nice, nice. So this is the shade Carbon. Really, really nice. A lovely chocolatey brown, brilliant for deepening, brilliant for like a nice smoky liner. Feels very nice. It feels very consistent with all of Kaleidos, all of their matte shadows. So yeah, very nice. The next shade we have here is Y2K. This is more of an orangey brown. I actually love shades like this, so I'm excited to kind of fling this all throughout the crease. Really, really pretty warm toned brown. And here is Y2K right there. Really, really pretty. Again, very consistent with the other shadows. Looking good so far. The next shade in the palette is called Droid. This is like a yellowy toned brown, much more yellowy toned than the other two, but it is still a warm brown. Looks like this, very nice. And I'm sure it's going to swatch just like the others. Yeah, it does. Really, really pretty, really creamy. A lovely transition shade and just a nice shade to own in general. This is a beautiful matte section. This is very wearable in my eyes. Very warm tones, but very, very wearable for any person of any colour. I feel like this is really, really cool. The next shade we have here is called Plasma, which is a silver. I'm not sure if it's a silver with a brown base or just a straight up silver. Who knows until we swatch it. So here we go. It's a metallic shade. It feels really nice and creamy. Ooh, oh my god, I love a silver. If you know me at all, you know that I love a silver. Here goes. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. The next shade we have in this palette is called Infrared. It's this beautiful ruby red, kind of, well, a warm red, ruby red sort of metallic. Looks really, really pretty. And here we have Infrared. Wow, that's swatched beautifully. Look at that, no inconsistencies at all. Really, really pretty, really pretty. That looks lovely in person as well. Gorgeous. And then the last shade we have in this palette is called Quantum. This is also the last shimmer, or sorry, not shimmer, last metallic. It's sort of like a coppery bronze colour with a hint of red, so it is a warm toned bronzy copper, and it just looks like this. Again, what a beautiful shade. This palette is so wearable in my eyes. I feel like this one looks patchy, but that might have been my swatching, to be fair, just because it is a matte. Mattes are notoriously more difficult to swatch, but on the eyes they blend differently. So this is actually a really beautiful wearable palette. I think it's more cool toned if you take the red out, but I think that red really gives a warm toned feel to this palette. It's really, really beautiful, and I cannot wait to get this on my eyes. So let's have a little play, shall we? Okay, scooching you in a little bit closer, because I want to create a really wearable look with this palette, because I think it is a wearable palette. However, when you're introducing a silver, a ruby red, and a copper bronze, all in the same look, you're not going to get the same effect with if you just threw these two in the crease and that over the lid. That would be a really beautiful everyday eye look if you threw maybe these two shades in the crease, this one all over and this one to deepen, or one of these two, just two of these mattes, and then just threw one of these on the lid. Maybe this copper bronze would be really sort of daytime appropriate. So when I'm about to say I'm about to try and create a wearable look, it's only as wearable as I can make it, given the situation that I'm trying to use every single shade in the palette to show you on the eyes. I'm going to go into the shade Droid, the lightest of the mattes, and you can probably predict this. Wow, that is full of pigment. Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to just swish this through the crease on this massive blending blush, blah 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 blah, this massive blending brush, and I really want this smoky. I'm thinking I'm going to try and do like a smoky red coppery eye to kind of reflect the packaging, so kind of getting this real beautiful warm toned smoky eye going on. See, this blended throughout the crease and just kind of all over the eyes in a really smoky fashion is really beautiful. So you could just take one of these two deeper shades, just deepen it up on the outer corner like the lash line, just to give it a bit of depth, and then you could pop on a shimmer across the eye, maybe a bit of just like your ordinary face highlighter, and it'd be a really wearable look. So I feel like I haven't said that in all my videos, that I feel like I've made these palettes look a little bit more unwearable than they really are, but I am trying to use 6 shades. So yeah, that's that shade. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have that through the crease. It does look a little bit uneven, but I promise you it's not in real life. It might just be the lighting. I'm going to take this shade, which was Y2K, this one right here, and I'm going to put it on the like outer half of my eye into the crease, start deepening and darkening things up, and I'm going to drag it on the outer half of the lower lash line as well. I mean, you'll see what I'm doing, but I'm taking a smaller fluffy brush to do that, and just start creating a bit of depth, a little bit of interestingness going on the outer corner. Okay, so I'm going to focus this red shade, the Infrared, on like the main part of my lid. And I'm going to pick this up with just a flat shader brush. I probably might need to wet this. I've needed to wet quite a few of the metallics from Kaleidos just to really get like that creamy metallicness. But here is it dry? Here it is dry. Wow, words, Megan. So there is pigment there, and if you were too, not afraid, but if you didn't want too much pigment, it definitely does pick up and it does read on the face quite nicely. But I have a feeling that as soon as we make this brush wet, it's gonna work like magic. Okay, and here it is wet. Yeah, it just glides on really nicely, and it's just more metallic, more sheeny, and it just looks less powdery. It just looks more like a smooth foiled shade. I'm also going to take the same brush we've got the red on, flip it over so that I might kind of pick up some of that redness, but not all of it. Flip it over and go into the shade Quantum, this beautiful coppery, it's kind of like rose gold, copper brass sort of shade. Again, I'll go in dry. Whoa, that's picked up loads dry. So, oh wow, that's really pretty dry, actually. I might still wet it just to give it a bit more foiledness. But that's really pretty dry. Again, that'd be really pretty all over the lid on a more natural day. In fact, I might not need to wet this at all. This is really pretty. I'm just smoking this on the outer corner, just blending it into the red a little bit. I'm going to take this really fat but pointy pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Plasma, this silver, and I think I'm just going to pop this like, ooh, just stab myself in the face, pop this in the inner corner. I'll try it dry. Again, it might be a bit better wet. Oh wow, that's dry, that's really pretty. Maybe we won't need it wet, maybe it'll just be pretty by itself. Ooh, wow. Wow, I'm not even wetting these. That looks so sheeny and beautiful. Imagine what it would look like when I've foiled it with a bit of spray. That would look really pretty all over the lid. Okay, just to kind of blend the two together, I'm going to take the infrared shade, the ruby red beautiful metallic, on the same pencil brush and just kind of coerce that silver into the look by just pinching and dragging a tiny bit of it onto the lid, just so it's not like stark, you know, we're dragging a tiny bit of those silver glitters into the look. And then finally, for the last shade that we have in this palette, I'm going into the shade Carbon, the beautiful chocolatey deep brown, with a little like brow brush, eyeliner brush, slanted brush, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to stamp this on and kind of just deepen the outer corner by just stamping it on the lash line here. I don't want to necessarily wing it out, I just want to kind of stamp it where I would put eyeliner on, if that makes any sense. Like that, kind of, I think. I might just take this little pencil brush that we used and go back into the shade Y2K, this one right here, and just take a little bit of that and smoke it over the top, just on the lower lash line, just so it's not so harsh. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of Carbon as well on that pointed brush, just a tiny bit, and just go over where I've gone and just rub it around a little bit, just so it's not so precise. What do you think? I think that's quite nice. Just as a final like quick once over, I'm going to go into the shade Droid, the lightest warm yellowy brown. Really tap off any excess, I've got barely any on my brush, and just go over the top like this, just to kind of mesh anything that's kind of flown up a little bit, make everything look nice and soft again, and just drag it really lightly on the lower lash line. Okay, cute. I mean, this didn't take me any time at all. It's a very nice smoky red eye. I don't know if my eyes are looking particularly even, but yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm going to throw on some, am I going to throw on some lashes? Let's just see how we get on with just mascara, shall we, today? I don't think I want to wear lashes today. I'm not feeling it. I'm going to throw on some mascara and go find a lipstick. Probably a nude, knowing me. And I'll be right back. Okay, so mascara applied, lip applied. I applied the Single AF Mega Matte lipstick by Morphe. Really like this lipstick. I feel like everything I put on my lips at the moment is nude, but I love a good nude lipstick. And I just applied rollerlash mascara to my eyes. But this is the final look. I feel like this is actually quite a wearable look. Obviously we have got those red tones in. I know for a lot of you this might be a going out look, a party look. For me this is a very everyday look. because I love colour, I love makeup, I don't mind what I look like. If I look a little bit crazy, if I look like I'm ready to go clubbing, I don't mind. I'd happily walk through Sainsbury's looking like this. In fact, this is probably the sort of makeup I would apply, but just maybe not the silver, maybe just more of a neutral highlighter in the middle, you know. But I really, really like it. I think this palette has performed really, really nicely. Let me zoom you out so that I don't finish this video with like my face, you know. So there we have it. Those were all 5 of the Kaleidos palettes in total. I hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't seen any of those videos yet, please do go search for them in the eye. Just click that little eye up there, hover over that general area, a little eye will pop up and you can see all the videos that I've linked in today's video, and you can go check out those other palettes that I have played around with if you are interested, of course, and you were thinking about picking anything up on Kaleidos' website. I think these palettes are just such a great addition. I think you'll be really happy with the quality. I have been really happy with the quality throughout. I'd probably go as far to say as Kaleidos is probably one of my favourite indie brand eyeshadow formulas now, like playing around with them, experimenting with them. I just think they're absolutely awesome. The pigment and the mattes, how blendable they are, the shimmers are beautiful, everything blends in beautifully, everything wears beautifully, and I'm just really impressed with the colour stories. I think it's just like a piece of art holding it in your hands. The eye makeup is so lovely, just everything about them is lovely, and I think they're so worth every single penny. You will not be disappointed, and I just think if you don't wear eyeshadow too much, I'd probably say I'd say if you don't wear eyeshadow too much, the Futurism 4 and Futurism 5 are probably the ones to avoid because they're the bright eyeshadow colours. If you wanted something a bit more neutral, a little bit more something wearable, I'd say either the Futurism 2 or Futurism 3 are probably the best. Futurism 1 Sci-Fi Green is very green toned, so if you enjoy green tones, that is the one to go for. But I know a lot of people don't like green on their eyes. I'd probably say this palette or Futurism 3, is it? Yeah, Futurism 3 Astro Pink or Futurism Cyber Bronze are like the most neutral. Here I am blocking half of it out. I like the most neutral eyeshadow palettes going. You have like that pop of blue and pop of magenta there, but actually you have enough browns and enough tones for them to be very wearable. So I think those are the 2 to go for if you are just wanting like a wearable, very neutral look, and I think that is what this palette gives you in essence. I think this is the safest. Yeah, I'd say in my personal opinion this is the safest palette to go for because it's got those lovely warm tone mattes, and you can just dip your toe into colour here. You've got this lovely bronze, which is, I feel like a bronze or a copper just suits everyone. It just suits everyone, like full stop, you know. The ruby red is a little bit more daring, I think, if you don't enjoy colour. Equally, you could just tap this on the eye to add a bit of a hint. You don't have to go fully over the lid, you could mix it in with the bronze, and the silver is beautiful too. I personally love a cool toned smoky silvery eye. It's one of my favourite looks when I go out. In fact, it probably is my favourite look, a smoky, cool toned, like really exaggerated eye, and you could easily do that with these 2 mattes and this silver, and maybe just your own bronzer or just another brown from another palette, I don't know, but this would definitely be able to achieve that. So I really, really like this one. I think it's the most wearable out of all of them, but my goodness, I've enjoyed all of these palettes, and I hope you have enjoyed these videos too. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play with all of these palettes, even if I do have the greasiest hair in the south. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you coming along with this little journey with me, playing with Kaleidos palettes. I have definitely found a new love, and I can highly, highly recommend them. I think they are so worth the money, and yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you guys for watching so much. I really do appreciate you. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. I upload every single week, and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. No, you would not. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.